Hello, I'm Paul here. Today I'm going to teach you guys a Forex trading strategy that it'll help you increase your chances of winning funded accounts. But I follow this strategy to pass a funded, but after you pass, it'll also work as a strategy to find the best result when you're doing your trading. Doing it with this way will give you, if you do it right, it'll give you a lot of pips during a trade session. But the disadvantage to doing this strategy that a lot of people won't want to do is you have to wait a while. And for this to work, this is a strategy where you don't have to focus every day. You don't have to look at the charts every day. And a lot of people will not want to do this strategy because you have to wait a while to see the signal. But anyway, I'm going to show you the methods that I do. I do two combinations of two different moving averages, but the first part of the strategy is I find the overall trend, and that is the very key into you want to focus on the trend. You want to focus on where the trend is going. So with this strategy, you want to focus on where it's going overall. So I'll load up the charts and I'll show you how to find the best moments to get in. Okay, so for this strategy, I go back between two different sets of moving averages. I find these work the best, and they're the last two I've talked about on this channel. It's the 10, 20, and 50. The 10, 20, and 50 if you're doing it. So you can see right here, there's a 10, 20, and 50. And then there's the 5. Let's see, 10, 20, did I get it? Let's see, hold on. This one. Yeah, and the 5 and the 8. So 10, 20, 50, and 5 and 8. So what we're going to look at is the 10, 20, and 50. And what I've taught with the 10, 20, 50 is, wait for the collision and wait for it to collide, everything to collide. And I've made videos about this, so go back and watch those videos. I'm not going to really go into, I've talked about both of these moving averages in separate videos, so go watch them. I'll put a link below for the videos that I've talked about with each of these. But you basically want to find it when the 10, 20, 50 are colliding, and you want to make sure it's going in that direction. But you just, for the strategy, you want to look at what the overall trend, for this strategy that I'm talking about in this video, and to help increase your chances with funded accounts, you basically just need to know what the overall trend is. So you use the moving averages to see what the overall trend is, and you do it right. You're going to do it on the day. You look at it on the day. You want to figure out where the overall trend is. What we could tell here, and I'm going to use the USD Japan yen as an example. So what we could tell that the Japan yen has been in an uptrend since right here. So it is, and we're looking at this on the day. So what we can figure out here, if we look at this with the 10, 20, 50, we can see that the overall trend is going up. If we look at this with the 5, 8, we can still see, we have to get rid of the candles here, because we will see the same thing. We will see from right here, the overall trend is still going up. So I like to focus really right now on the 10, 20, 50. And what we basically can tell on the day, we look at this on the day, is the overall trend is up. There are moments where it retraces, it goes down a little bit, but it always bounces and goes back up. So the overall trend is going up for the Japan yen. So we know this. So what we want to look for in trades, basically, since the overall trend is going up, we want to look for the moments when the RSI is going up. So we know the overall trend is going up. We want to look for the moment when the purple is going to pass through the yellow line. We can look for this on the day, but since we're doing this on the day, since every candle is, a day, it's going to take a while for it to cross. So a lot of people do not want to wait that long to find a cross. So the entry points of doing it on the day would have been, since we know the overall trend is going up. See, the overall trend is up, so we would get in right here, which is September 14th, and we would get in right here, which is September 4th, and we would get in, we'd get in right here, which is July 20th. So you would have to wait a while for these signals. So if you do not want to wait for these signals, what I would do is I would go down on the time frame, is I would go to the 6 hour. Since we know the overall trend is going up, that we still look for the we look for the purple line crossing through the yellow line, and so those moments are right here. So this is a trade, this is a trade, this is a trade, and this is a trade. So you'll find that you'll find more moves the further down you go with the time frame. And even though if you did this with the 6 hour, you would still have to wait. So right here you would this is October 5th, and this one is October 1st. This one is September 2nd. So if you still want to get some results, I would go down to the 4 hour, and the lowest I would do this with this strategy is the 1 hour. I would not go any lower than that. So I would just go, if you want to make earlier trades, we know that the overall trend is going up, so that's what you focus on. We see that it happens here. This is the 4 hour here. Here. And here. And we see the closer you get, the more wavy, and the more you risk your chances. So one formula that I like doing is when I want to focus in on doing it on the day, and if I do find it on the day, let's say the day or the 6 or 4 hour, what I do is I only focus on a certain amount of pips, or I don't hold the trade all day. I don't write it out. I get in and out as fast as I can. I don't try to hold on the trade for very long. I just look for it for the signal to get in. And when I get a good enough amount of pips, that's when I get in and out. I don't stay in these trades for a very long time. I get in to get enough pips, and then say, hey, that's a good enough amount for right now, so you just wait for the next signal. So in this situation here, we're still doing this on the day. If you did do this on the day, you would have got in right about here with this candle. And if you want to write it out right here. So if you wrote this out just for a little bit, just this little bit right here is 223 pips. Now that is a good amount per day, pips. Anything from like 100 to 200 in a trade is a pretty good number for pips. If you can make like 100 to 200 pips like a week, or 100 to 200 pips, or even if you want an average to make it 100, like if you want 100 pips a day, let's just say you want to average maybe 700 pips a week. I wouldn't do that all in one trade. I would wait it out, but 700 pips a week is a pretty good average in my opinion. But if you rode this entire candle out, it would have gone to 1540. You have 1,540 pips. That one candle, and since this is on the day, that is a 1540. That's 1,540 pips. And if you're doing a challenge, and if you're doing something like me with like a 200,000 funded challenge, I do mine at 80 on a 200,000, so I'm just using that example. That is a $123,000 move right there, that 1 day candle. So if you're doing this, 123,000 is enough to wait a while for the next signal. So you could have 123,000 to wait for the next signal. So anyway, that's what you would do. You would just wait for it to cross again on the, you see it right here. Now if you focus on the day, you'll get better results because you won't be running that risk of, you know, losing your trade, because if you do it when the RSI is going up on the day, it should increase your chances. But anyway, see it crossing right here. So this would be another signal. Do it right here, right? This candle here for this day candle, just this day candle, is 655 pips. 655 pips is a good average for, I say, about a week. So if I did this with the prop firm challenge, I'd be making 52,000 for that one candle right there. We know that the overall trend is up, so that's what we focus on. And there's other things that you can do to increase your chances. But when I find the signal in the RSI, I only focus on that one candle. And depending on what time frame you are, I don't stay in it too long. I don't ride the full candle. You know, if it's like a 4-hour candle, I may ride most of it, but I don't go past that one candle. So if you're doing this on the day, don't go past the day candle. If you're doing this on the 6-hour, don't go past the 6-hour candle. If you're doing this on the 4-hour, don't go past the 4-hour candle. Just ride that candle. And you know, you want to have, you know, you want to make sure you're safe when you're doing these trades. So you want to get in and out. I try to protect myself because anything could happen with these trades. It could immediately start tanking, or you never know. So I just ride the candle for as long as I think I need to. But anyway, so we're on the day still. Let's just check this. So we did see this on the day. There's one more thing that I want to show you on the day. See, let's look at this on the 5/8 for real quick. If we want to do this on the day with the 5/8, we see a lot of moments to get in. Let's see. So the uptrend on the 5/8 is right here. So if you came in right here on the 5/8 and you rode this out, now even if you're doing this on the 5/8 moving average on the day, you'll still have to wait a while for the signal. So you can do this on the day or the other time frames. But if you came in where it crosses, which is right about here, and you rode this thing out, because you see that it never crosses. This is why I like the 5/8, because you can basically ride it till it crosses again, unless there's a moment where it kind of dips down. But you can ride this for as long as you want, and this would have been a huge gain for you. So whichever time frame you want to do, like I said, if you don't want to wait on the day for it to cross up, go to the 6-hour, then the 4-hour, then the hour. But that's the most that I'll do. So you basically figure out what the overall trend. If you want to do this for a different Forex pair, let's just look at that real quick. Let's look at the Australian dollar. So let's look at this on the day. What is the overall trend? Let's look at this with the 10-20. I like seeing what the overall trend is with the 10-20-50. It gives me a better picture. So what we can see is the Australian dollar right now is on a downtrend. So what we would focus on is the moment when the RSI is crossing down. So that's, I basically used the 10-20-50 to find the overall trend. I used the 5/8 for regular trading. So we know the overall trend is going down. So we basically just look at we'll look at our RSI and see the moments that it is going down. So that moment would be right here. It's going down here. But, you know, the Australian dollar, it looks more volatile to me. I personally like doing it with the Japan dollar because I like the patterns and I like the movements. But to me the Australian dollar looks kind of choppy in my own opinion. You know, your Forex pair, whichever one you want to trade with, is on you. But I personally just like doing it with the Japan because I like the way it moves. I like the pattern. You know, it goes up, then it consolidates a little, then it goes down, then it goes back up. But I like Japan more than any of the other Forex pairs. But anyway, so for this strategy, what you basically want to do is you want to find the overall trend, and whatever that overall trend is, you focus on that with the RSI. Look at it on the day. If you look at it on the day, then you may not. The signal will be a while if you want to focus on the day. But if you do focus on the day, you'll get good results from what I can tell. But you do have to wait a while for it to cross on which direction it's going. But anyway, I follow this formula for Forex. It's a little bit different for stocks and crypto because that's a little bit more kind of volatile. So this really only works with Forex, and it really works for Japan, in my opinion. But anyway, this is a simple way to long term get good results just by figuring out what the overall trend is and focusing on all that moments when it's crossing on the RSI. It's what's helped increase my chances on funded challenges, and even if you pass a funded challenge, you can use this on a day-to-day basis to make some pretty good pips with your Forex trading. Anyway, if you like this video, if you want to see more about it, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you guys in future videos.